I was extremely happy on seeing that result. I had a passion for drawing, but math, that was really difficult.
Hi all, welcome back to our YouTube channel. You are with THiNC Institute of Design. Today we are back with yet another episode of Ask the Topper, and with me today we have Miss Karthika Mahesh, who is the former student of THiNC Institute of Design. She got the percentile of 99.83 in JEE Paper 2 examination.
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Let's begin with the first question. So how did you elect on architecture as a career? Is it your ambition or someone pulled you to take it on?
Actually, I had a passion for drawing since my childhood. So when I reached my 10th grade, I had three options in my three options. One was NIT, one was NID, and one was architecture. The most thing which I loved was NID, but I would say I didn't get admission at NID. So, and at the same time, I got JEE Paper 2, and that's how I opted architecture.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, Karthika, what was your first reaction after getting the result of JEE Paper 2, and what was your family, friends, teachers' reaction in that?
I was extremely happy on seeing that result. Same as every student, yeah, we'll be extremely delighted. Like we are getting a percentage of 99.83. I can even imagine things like that. And yeah, even my parents was very happy for my hard work. Even my teachers, everybody was happy.
Okay. So who was your main back support? Your parents, your teachers, or friends, or everyone?
I can't exclude anybody actually. All played a very important role in my life. My parents, my teachers, my friends, everybody actually. And teachers, we are saying especially about the faculties of THiNC, Vipita ma'am, Vishnu sir, everybody out there, not specifically saying anyone's name, but yes, they gave us mental support, all the materials which we needed, and so on. Yeah. And parents also gave us everything we asked for.
So Karthika, how did you revise for your JEE exam? Did you revise any previous year question papers, or did you refer any of the textbooks?
I would say we had regular test papers at THiNC. First of all, that was the most important part. We had classes from Monday to Friday, and at Saturday and Sunday we had test papers. So that was really helpful. And then talking about the materials, THiNC provided us materials, and also our math sir, Vishnu sir, he had so many materials. He gave us many questions to revise. So that was one of the thing which I did for maths. And then revising the same thing even after a week, that's also a very important thing. Like first week, you revise the things which are taught in Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday, you write the test papers. And at the next week, you're taught something else. And then when we are writing the exam on Saturday and Sunday on the second week, we are also writing the portions of the first week. So we are revising it again. Yeah. So we are continuously revising the portions throughout the month.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So Karthika, the next question to you is, how many hours a day did you study on average time?
Actually, I was a repeater. So I had regular classes from Monday to Friday. The class timing was from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So before going to class, I used to revise for 2 hours, like from 7 to 9. And then after the class, almost by 6, we all reach home. And then from 7 to 10, I used to study. So that was my regular basis before Corona. And after Corona, it was a little different, not following the same basis, but I used to study for 6 hours a day, but we had break in between. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Karthika, next question to you is how to deal with the studies during COVID-19 pandemic situation. So what are the negatives and positives of online classes?
According to me, we had so much to do during the offline classes. We had different activities. We had not really studies are important for cracking JEE and all. It's about the mental status of a child, I would say. Yeah, that is a really important part in this type of repeating and all. And then how to deal with studies during pandemic. That's a most difficult question, which I faced during my time. I almost studied, as I said earlier, I almost studied for 6 hours, not like taking a leisure time for the rest of the whole hours. It was like I did for my um, I would say I used to paint, then I used to do test papers, mock tests. I used to study for 6 hours, and the rest of the time I used to do mock tests. Then I also had leisure time. It's not like I study for 10 hours, 15 hours. It's not like that.
Okay. Yeah. So the next question is, which was the toughest subject for you among drawing, aptitude, and mathematics? And how did you deal with it? Or did you prioritize any of the subjects?
As most of the JEE aspirants, like architecture aspirants would say, maths was the most difficult subject for me also. I had a passion for drawing. So drawing was comparatively a bit easy for me. Then coming to the aptitude part, in the aptitude part, we had questions like finding the plan of an object, then about the elevation of an object and counting the number of sides, etc. That can be done through practice. Like if we do a few questions, we get the concept of what is the thing, and we'll be able to crack those questions. So the drawing part and the aptitude part was not very difficult for me, but maths, that was really difficult. Yeah, and THiNC helped me a lot in maths actually. I was not an extra brilliant student who always get 100 on 100 on maths. Not like that. I used to get above 80. We have to make the concepts thorough. That's a very important part. You do 10 to 15 questions, that will be enough, but you have to make sure that all the 15 questions are correct, and you make sure you study the concepts very well.
Okay.
By making thorough the concepts, you can do that 15 questions. I assure you that.
So like you do, will you give importance to 3 subjects equally?
Yes, of course. The 3 subjects are really equally important actually.
Okay.
It's not like you get 100 on 100 for aptitude and you get 50 percentage for maths. It's not the thing. You try to score almost equal for everything. Okay. And then for the drawing part, that's a must. So there is equal importance for everything.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So Karthika, what was your strategy in aptitude and drawing?
So while talking about the aptitude, we have questions based on the plan of an object, the elevation of an object. So if you get the concept of how to find the plan, how to find the elevation of an object, you'll be able to crack almost every question. And then we had like counting the number of sides, then and so on. That's really easy actually if you get the concept.
Okay.
And then we had a few questions about architectural awareness. You just go through the famous architects' work, who are the famous architects, then the famous buildings. So yeah, just go through that. No need to by heart, like I wouldn't say like no need to by heart, but actually go through it a few times, you will get it.
Okay.
And then talking about the drawing part, just observe everything around you, like what is the proportions, the perspective, all that is very important.
Okay.
Like in my January session, I had a question like draw the face of your grandfather or father or anybody around you. Like basically the question was to draw a human face. So what you have to learn is like learn the proportions of the eye, the nose, the lips. Everything is very important for that. It's not like whether it exactly looks like your father. They do not know like how your father or your grandfather looks like. So what they are looking is like about the proportions, whether you know the size of the eye, how is it related to the nose, the lips, and all. That is what they are looking in that type of questions. And the next type of question was to draw a perspective view of a restaurant or something like that, a place. So we have to observe, like whenever we go to any places, whether it be our house, a garden, a restaurant, a bus stand, a railway station, anywhere it can be. Just observe what you are seeing around and just try to memorize, and then learn to draw the perspectives. Like we have 1-point perspective, 2-point perspective, all that are really important.
Okay.
So if you learn that and apply in your exams, they might think that you like you know about these stuffs. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
A normal student will try to draw a garden in a normal way. But if you try to draw it in some kind of perspective, that might impress the judge or the evaluator. Yeah. So trying out a different thing will be really interesting for them who are correcting the papers. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, Karthika, then connecting to the previous question also, what was your revision strategy?
While talking about my revision strategy, I would say like before Corona, as I have said earlier, we had regular tests. So there was a continuous revision and the concepts were thorough for me. We had regular mock test also. Doing the mock test is the most important thing of this preparing for JEE, and also doing the past year question papers. Like you have to do at least, if you are preparing for JEE 2021, you have to be thorough with the 2019-20 question papers. In a batch itself, we have engineering papers, almost 8 to 10 question papers in a session. So there was January session and April session also. So there are almost 20 to 25 question papers of 2019. Then coming to the 2020, there were several batches. So we had like almost, you can get, I think almost 30 question papers. So almost doing for maths, I'm saying, so 50 questions for 50 question papers of 2019 and 2020. That will be really sufficient to score a good mark, because each question papers has different concepts. So you become thorough of all the concepts there.
Okay,
so that's a really important part. And even in architecture, the question papers may be less, but still you can practice the aptitude and the drawing part. When you look at the previous year question papers, you will find that are really common, like the drawing questions are repeating. So if you practice that, it will be good for you.
So how did you manage the exam time of 3 hours? How did you deal with it?
I would say attempting a JEE paper, the time management is one of the most important things that you have to do in an exam hall. Actually, it's a 3-hour paper. We have an aptitude session, a drawing session, and a mathematics session. So while in my personal opinion, like how I attempted the aptitude question first, and math, as I told, it's IIT JEE based. So it's a little tough question based on the concept. You have to take at least 5 to 10 minutes for a question. You have to think about what's the concept they have asked. You have to revise, you have to think what all you have learned and then only apply. Not like what we are doing it in 10th, applying direct formula. There is nothing like that in JEE exam. It's purely based on concept. So it requires 5 to 10 minutes for a question. That's for me, okay? Like a personal opinion. And the last 1.5 hours I took for drawing. That's 45 minutes for each question. Yeah, so there should be a perfect time management. Only then you will be able to finish the paper in 3 hours. If you take like 2 hours for aptitude and math, and then 1 hour for drawing, you are giving importance more to the aptitude session and the drawing session, like the mathematics session, and less importance to drawing session. So that will not work actually. Giving equal importance to each session.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So connecting to that, how did you manage the drawing time section in the exam hall?
As I mentioned earlier, I took 1.5 hours for drawing. That is 45 minutes for each question. That is a must. Like we must at least need 45 minutes for a question. It's not like you take 15 minutes for an easy question and then you take the rest of the thing for the other. It's not like that. Give equal importance to both the question. Both the question carries equal marks.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So Karthika, did you write both JEE exams and what was your scores on that?
Actually, I wrote both the JEE exam. The first JEE exam was on January, that is before Corona. I scored a percentile of 99.83. And after Corona, our exams got delayed and it was scheduled around September or October. and I scored a percentile of 99.5, but the January score was better.
So, Karthika, what was your leisure activities, games, any sports or exercises?
I would say that painting was my leisure time activity. I had a passion for painting since childhood. So I used to always paint. That was the thing which I found like comforting for me.
So, Karthika, how did you deal with the usage of social medias?
Actually, I would say I had social media while repeating. I limited it to using like 1 hour or 2 hours a day. So that was the thing which I did for time management. It's not like you shut down your social media, you do not have any leisure activities and just focus on your studies 24 hours. It's not like that. For a repeater student, from my opinion, I would say like if he or she is not interested in social media, it's okay, fine. He can have leisure time in anything, like according to their interest. If their interest is for painting, they can use their leisure time for painting. If it's for any other activities, they can do that. So it's not like everybody should use social media. It's not like that. So according to me, I used to sleep for at least 7 hours a day and then use social media for 2 hours. I used to actually. And then I balance the rest of the time for my studies and for painting.
So, Karthika, tell us something about your life at NIT Calicut.
Yeah, that's one of the most difficult questions. Actually, the thing is, we haven't been to college since it has opened because it was during the time of Corona, we got admission. Because of the Corona, the admissions got delayed. Like we had our JEE exams in October or September, and the results came out in November, and our admissions it almost took a month. So, like in December, we got admission, and it was a really fast journey of first year. Our course was completed in 6 months. That is, at present, I am going to complete my first year. The first semester was broken down and it was made into like 2.5 months, and the second semester was also made into 2.5 months. So the works also, like, it was a little bit hectic because we haven't seen anybody in our college. We don't know the faculties. Everything is only through the online mode. So that's the only difficulty you face. But I would say like it's good actually. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. They are, the faculties are trying to help us. Yeah, even through online mode. Yeah. They wanted like, they don't want the studies to go off because of Corona. They are helping in every sense, I would say. Whatever, even if we, like in architecture course, the main thing is of drafting, that is drawing exercises are the most important thing. So during lockdown and all, we had shortage of materials, etc. So we just say to them like, ma'am, it's not possible for us to go out and buy things. So they are saying like, it's okay, guys. Yeah, it's okay. Do with whatever you have. It's okay for them. There is no like pressurizing, you should do that, you should do that. It's not like that. Even they understand our situations. Like we have been through online mode whole of the semester. They understand our mental situations and everything they understand.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Even our exams were conducted online.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it difficult for you to attend the drawing section in online?
Yeah, it is actually a bit difficult only because I had a drawing, like I had a background, like I knew how to draw, but for an aspirant like who came with an engineering background, it might be difficult for them. If you have an background of drawing or you choosing architecture beforehand itself, you'll have some idea of what's the plan and you have an average idea of what will be happening. But for an aspirant of NEET engineering and all, it's a very difficult for them.
Fine. So Karthika, how did THiNC help you to your journey towards success?
First of all, I take this chance, like opportunity, to thank THiNC for my success. They have played a very important role in my success, I would say. like the motivations they gave, especially a thanksgiving to Vidita ma'am, Vishnu sir, and all the staff out there, not specifically saying anyone's name, but yes. And then about the mock test they gave, then about the study materials they gave, that's all a really important part. Like most of the questions, like we have done, that is what we crack in JEE exams. Like we have done maybe 1,000 of similar questions. So at the time of examination, we remember like, oh, we have done this in THiNC. How is it, man? Yeah, it's like that. So THiNC has played a very important role in my life as a repeater student. Yeah.
Okay, so good to know about that.
Yeah. And a very big special thanks to THiNC.
So, from your opinion, how much time we can spend for a weak subject or a weakest area of a particular subject?
I would say like spend a bit more time what you are spending for the strongest subject. If you are taking like 1 hour for aptitude, take the double of that. That is 2 hours for your weakest subject, I would say.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Focus on a single area more rather than covering the whole chapter. Focus on what you are studying at the present and then move. That's it. Not like covering the whole like a nutshell. It's not like that. Cover whatever you are studying, go through it completely. Finish it and then move on. So on concluding, I would like to say just focus on your strongest part in mathematics. Do the questions, how much ever you can do that. Then focus on drawing part, what I've said earlier, perspectives, the proportions, everything. And then on the aptitude part, do at least 30 to 40 questions in a day. You'll be able to crack JEE paper 2. All the best.
Let's design your career. Let's design it together with THiNC Institute of Design. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and also click the bell icon. Bye. Stay tuned for more updates.